Hi there. Right, I tried something different today and nearly got caught out. A couple of new ideas there. I thought instead of just playing one piece at the beginning, I thought I'd do a little bit of each, so it gives you a flavour of what we've been doing so far this month. And actually, what I haven't done is given you any flavour at all for what we've been doing the last couple of days. But it gives you an idea of how far we can travel in a short space of time. So really, that was 8 4-bar phrases from a selection of the days. And actually, it's thank goodness that screen's on, because you can't see me in the background going making sure everything changes on time, keeping an eye on the time. And one of the things with this is there's two little screens. There's one which is in real time, and there's another which is about 8-10 seconds behind. And if I look at the wrong one, then I'm snookered. And that was nearly where I was then. I've now set it up quite easily so that the microphones work, and I've got them set on just one key. So instead of having to do two and fiddle around behind a microphone, that should work. So gradually we're getting there, and this isn't just, and actually this hasn't just been an extension of the daily music. It's actually become a sort of learning process and a bit of a curve with learning how to use the software as well, which is actually becoming more fun. And things like that just now, where you can think, let's have a go at that, let's see if we can do that, and let's do it live. It's quite a challenge, but here we go. So you can now see the now familiar sort of grid, and it's nearly 2.5 months worth on there. And I thought I had a choice today between sort of showing you what I'd done, and actually there was a lot of work involved this morning in trying to line up the notes so that it sounded, and this is part of the discussion really. I had a choice of whether or not to make it line up exactly and quantize it, or fit in the new notes with the notes that had the more swingy feel, and make it sound more natural. And I went for the latter, and it'd be interesting to see what you think of this. But I thought before we do that, we'd have a listen to yesterday's, and then you'll see where today's has come from. So this was yesterday's, just as a reminder of yesterday's piece. So this was Little Dance. And just listening to that, when I was playing it yesterday, it reminded me of a little Dixieland band I used to play in with my brothers. And I just thought, actually, today it would be really interesting to try and recreate that. And I've got 2 brothers. One was a trombonist and one's a trumpet player. And with clarinet and mum on the piano, we had the standard Dixieland team. And we used to have great fun. It was one of those things, all of us used to just stand there and sort of play stuff, and we try and outdo each other with the improvisations, and invariably fall flat on our faces. But actually, I think everyone enjoyed that, and they could see that it was fun. And actually, when people are having fun, everyone seems to be contagious. So I thought today I'd call it Dixie Fun, just as a tribute to that, really, and try and recreate that fun we had. The clarinet, as I've kept the clarinet part the same, and with yesterday's piece, I didn't do any quantization with it. I didn't try and restrict it within the beats. So actually, it came out as it felt, as I would play it, and I thought I'd keep the integrity of that today, which then gave me the problem of how to fit all the other bits in. So what I did is I've moved the bassoon part into the trombone and the oboe into the trumpet, but I've moved some of the trumpet notes so that they swing more. And the other thing I added was the piano, and it's really the piano's doing chords, syncopated chords all the way through, and it was those that I was having fun actually lining up within the MIDI to try and make it sound sort of, well, there's a rhythm there which is quite good fun. It'd be probably quite difficult to get together as an ensemble, although would it, because you'd have that feel. And it is, jazz and swing is a feel, and it develops over time. And the more you listen to it, the more you get it. But anyway, so this is what I ended up with today. So you'll recognise virtually everything, apart from the fact that I've got the basses playing a bass bit, and that's a sound that you can hear low down. I don't know if you can hear the actual notes because they're right at the bottom of the bass, and then you've got the piano stabs. So have a listen to this. Now I find that quite infectious, really, and it's difficult to listen to it and keep still, as I can see in the camera that I'm looking at. I'm sorry about that, but that's one of the great things about this is it's an adventure, and it's amazing how music can actually create that enthusiasm and that vibe. But it's interesting when you compare that to 3 days ago. Is the 12th day, so the 9th, and this was when we sort of had that little exploration into sort of intonation clashes. Now we'll do a quick sort of left turn and listen to this. And isn't that different? Very different from today's piece, and that is one of the joys. And then let's for complete contrast, let's go back to the 10th of April, and just to show that actually it's quite difficult to pin people down into a style, and you're looking for your voice, your musical voice, but actually 10 days on the 10th of April, this was it. And that is very different. Let's quickly go back to today's, and then you can see that. So what do you think? That's a little bit of the journey so far this month, and well, it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow, because so far we've had quite a lot of variety, and we're now getting to the stage where we can pull upon all of those ideas and try and mix them together in different ways to create new pieces, new ideas and new perspectives. So let's see where it takes us tomorrow. Thanks very much for listening today. And actually, before I go, one of the things that I've got to start looking up now is cameras, and how to get a good picture, because I'm looking at myself and actually I've got big white bits, and that's the next bit of research going forward. So not only is it the music, the software, the video software, the streaming, and all of that production, getting everything set together. Now I've got to start learning about cameras. I've ordered a piece of equipment, and because of what's going on in with the world at the moment, it's not going to be available again until the end of July. So I'm going to be looking like this unless I can learn a little bit more. So hopefully you'll see an improvement with that over the next don't know, ages. But anyway, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think, and if you want to get in touch, please do, and see you soon. Cheers.